Mr. Greg Roach. Greg, you said you were nervous outside. How nervous are you, mate?
I am very, very nervous. It's not a must-win game, but I think either side really don't want to lose today. And I think, as I said outside Tuesday, well, what a great start to the Super League season.
Yeah.
After today, there will be 2 teams that won twice. There will be 10 teams that have won once, and there will be 2 teams that haven't won at all. So, yeah, very, very nervous, but happy to be with my 2 families today, the Super League family, and I've come down with the other family, and rugby is back, and sunshine is back.
Yeah, it's a glorious day here at Huddersfield. I mean, actually, last time I was here, it was absolutely freezing. The wind was howling, but today, the sun is shining. It's a lovely surface, and Jack Sinfield in for Mason Lee. Now, that's got to give you hope, surely.
Yeah, a bit of a surprise, that. I hope we get at him. Hope we test his defence. And I think it'll be interesting. I suspect he'll have one of those games where he'll either play really well or play really bad, which is what Simo thinks as well. So it must be right. It must be right.
Absolutely. I mean, look, from your Huddersfield Giants perspective, it was a disappointing performance, I think, at Castleland last week. This is a game that, you know, if Huddersfield are going to kick on in 2026 at home, they need to win this, don't they, really?
Oh, absolutely, Dave, absolutely. If our ambitions is to be 6, 7 or 8, we really need to be competing and beating against teams like Wakefield. We've got Cass next week as well. And if we've got ambition, you've just got to beat teams. Every club's got to play everyone twice, home and away, plus obviously 1 loop fixture. And these are the ones you'd want to win. Catalan away would have been nice, but not the end of the world. But I'd like a better performance. But we'll see today, yeah?
We will, mate. And I was going to... If the worst happens today, and of course Huddersfield were to lose to Wakey, let's not forget Wakey were a top 6 team last year. That means that next week's game at Castleford, both teams will be 2 losses from 2. That all of a sudden becomes a massive fixture, doesn't it?
Yeah, not one you really want on the 3rd game of the season. I know there's 20-odd games, but I'm hoping we see a really good game today, Dave. You know, lovely weather, some attacking rugby, some points being scored.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to it.
Now, you know that I've always been, you know, very measured in terms of Luke Robinson last season, in terms of, you know, let's be fair, you had injury issues, etc., etc. But that said, if the worst was to happen, a defeat today and a defeat at Castleford, suddenly that becomes a problem for Luke, doesn't it?
I don't think so, Dave. No, I think the club are pretty adamant they're going to give him this season. From what I've seen and what I've seen before, they're going to give him this season. It'll put a lot of pressure on him, and it'll put the fans on to him. But I think from what I've seen, the club will give him a season. We tend to, some would say, overstick by our managers. I think we kept Watto a bit too long.
Trust the process, Greg. Trust the process.
I kept trusting the process, but the process didn't work, Dave. That was the problem.
Your loss is KR's gain. But no, look, the bottom line is Super League Row on tour. Look, let's talk about that. Of course, I'm down here today. My commitment this year is to go on tour and to get around a few of the grounds. It's always a pleasure to be in your company. And, you know, curries tonight and all the rest of it. You're looking forward to this, aren't you, mate?
I know it's a pleasant, pleasure to welcome you and the other Super League Royal family members here. We've got Simo from Cass, and Craig from Wigan. We've got Billy from Leeds, you know, and just... We've got rugby league fans, you know, we're a family, and it's just great to have Super League Raw down here today.
Well, Craig, we'll be back for instant reaction at full time. Greg, Joel, and of course, we've got Steve Rudge in the crowd as well from Wakefield Trinity. That's one not to be missed a little bit later on. One of you will be happy. I can't wait for instant reaction a little bit later on. But ladies and gentlemen, from what is a wonderful day for rugby league, beautiful conditions for the game of rugby league. Let's hope it's a fast-paced game. Let's hope it's a real good treat for the fans. And Greg, as always, lovely to be in your company, mate. We'll be back later on. Take care. All the best.
Inside
Huddersfield.